good day to everyone. So this will be our second video discussion for the subject HRM 136 Quality Service Management in Tourism and Hospitality. And our topic for today is mainly focused around the term guestology. Um, so for this first discussion, for the first part of our discussion, we will try to identify and define guestology and um, look back on the history of how this term has come into effect or has come into completion with the use or with the help of the Disney experience. So let's begin. Um, ano nga ba ang guestology? If you will look carefully, no, the term guestology is of course from two words. First, guest, and I guess with biology, zoology, and everything else in with that kind of construction, guestology means study of guests and their behavior, their wants, needs, and expectations, with aims of aligning the organization's strategy, staff, and systems so as to provide outstanding guest service. So guestology is a term originated by Bruce Laval of the Walt Disney. It means that all the organization's employees must treat customers like guests and manage the organization from the guest's point of view, or GPOV. So doon sa ating previous video discussion, we tried to, I told you guys that we here in the hospitality and tourism industry should not treat our customers as is, as customers per se. We should treat them as guests, as our guests. Kumbaga, kung paano natin tratuhin ang mga guests sa ating mga bahay, kung paano natin tratuhin ang ating mga guests pag tayo, halimbawa, manlilibre tayo sa labas at we'll try to impress our guests or be hospitable to our guests. Same thing goes in our industry. Or yun talaga dapat yung parang pinaka tingin natin sa ating mga customers. Kasi ay tingin natin sa ating mga pinagbebentahan na hindi lang sila basta-basta customers wherein they have to pay for a specific amount in order to receive a specific product or kind of service. It's more than that. You try your best to meet the expectations of our guests and go beyond guest expectation. And what is a guestologist? The specialist in identifying how hospitality organizations can best respond to the needs, wants, and expectations of their target guest markets. So at the end of the day, this will also fall down on how important the market is in our industry. Kung gaano ka-importante ang pag-alam kung anong klase or kung sino nga ba ang ating mga pagsisilbihan para tayo ay mas kumita ng mas malaki at makapag-deliver tayo ng mas magandang klase ng service. So, where does the framework of guestology comes from or came from? Ano ang kanyang, kumbaga, how did it come into fruition or how did it come into existence, yung term na guestology? Well, to believe it or not, it was all under Walt Disney's creation. Siya pala talaga, sa kanya nagsimula ang term na guestology. At sa kanya nagsimula, basically, isa sa mga pinaka-prinsipyo na kailangan nating sundin in our industry, in our hospitality and tourism industry. So let's begin. Walt Disney, I guess to just make a long story short, no? Walt Disney and his family comes into amusement parks or theme parks, and then napansin niya na parang it's lacking. There's something na kulang. Madumi minsan or minsan hindi maganda yung serbisyo na nakukuha niya. And after ng rides, after ng rides na mga makikita sa mga perya-perya or after ng mga games, ano next? What's next? Yun ang naisip niya. And being him, him being a animator, nagamit niya yung kanyang skills into creating a theme or a amusement park with a theme or tinatawag natin mga theme park with an intense focus on the guest experience. So, balikan natin yung kwento, no? Ayan. In those days, amusement parks were disreputable, dirty, and often in poor condition. So, yan, in Saturday trips to amusement parks that Walt Disney made with his two daughters. In those days, amusement parks were disreputable or hindi talaga maganda. Thus, while watching and waiting on his daughters finish their rides, he began to watch the other customers and how they reacted to the parks. And the single question drove Disney, and this is how could this experience be improved for the entire family. So yun nga, with the use of his talents in animation, nakagawa siya ngayon ng isang amusement park na may theme. At ang intense focus ng theme na yon is guest experience. Kumbaga, um, lahat ng gagawin ngayon or lahat yung pinaka-tema ng ginawa niyang amusement parks is all around this question: how could this experience be improved for the entire family? How can this experience be improved for everyone? And how we should treat them as our guests. Intense focus ngayon on guest experience ang ginawa or ang naisip na tema ni Walt Disney. With his successful background in animation movies and with a studio of brilliant creative minds to work with, Disney created a living show, and that is the birth of Disneyland. The magic that Disney creates. So be our guest. Kanta na ano, 'di ba? Kanta sa ano to sa ano tawag dito? Kanta sa um what do you call that? Beauty and the Beast. Be our guest. Basically, 'di ba, from that specific quotation pa lang, be our guest. You are welcoming you are welcoming your customers and you're treating them not just as sources of income, not just a one-way transaction of paying for a service or paying for a product. You are trying to make the guest make your customers feel at home, make them special. You make them feel that they are special. Yon. And how so? How will you do that? By inviting them to be your guests. And yon, Disney expects guests dahil doon, this principle has to be the starting point, the foundation which all else is built. Everything is done with the guest in mind. Lahat ng mga gagawin or lahat ng mga yung buong disenyo ng operations ng Disneyland is all about the perspective of the guest. Kung papaano mararamdaman ng ating mga customers or ng ating mga guests na sila ay special and we treat them as special people or people that we want to have fun and to relax na wala silang kailangang isipin na kahit ano. So quality service is business behind the scenes name for its customer service processes. And aside from that, ayan, ito pa yung isang importante, the wow factor of exceeding guest expectations. Ito yung sinabi ko sa inyo dati, that meeting the guest expectations is never enough. You should always try to exceed guest expectations, and only then you will have guest satisfaction. And only then as well, you will have repeat customers. Kaya di ba tinan nyo, hanggang ngayon, ang mga Disneyland amusement parks, I mean, before pandemic before all of this happened, Disneyland amusement parks is considered as one of the major best amusement parks in the whole world. Kasi ang focus talaga nila is more on guest experience. Trying to reach guest expectations and even trying to go beyond guest expectations. So yun yung parang pinaka naging prinsipyo ng Disneyland sa kanilang serving excellence. So meron silang mga iba't ibang concepts na pinaniniwalaan nila in order for them to provide better service for people. First is service team. This is your service proposition, a short statement that sums up your vision, how your organization will be known for its commitment to service. So ito yung I guess the first and foremost principle talaga na sinusunod nila, no? Aside from that, they have their service standards, of course. Palagi naman yan, standard operating procedures. Ano yung mga kailangan gawin ng mga staff or cast in this particular example? Ano yung mga kailangan gawin ng staff or casts mo in order to deliver the service standards that you want to be delivered? Setting, process, integration, and everything. So, at the end of the day, this module really focuses on um, guestology. And guestology is the study of guests and their behavior, their wants, needs, and expectations with aim of aligning the organization's strategy, staff, and system so as to provide outstanding guest service. So you will study the flow of your guests, you will study the needs and wants, the behavior, and then you will apply those data. I-apply nyo ngayon yung data na malilikom nyo from studying the behaviors, wants, and needs of our guests para tayo ay makapag-strategize, makapagplano, makapag-schedule ng mga staff, makapag-training ng mga staff, at para ma-incorporate yung mga ideas or data na makukuha natin in our system so that we can provide outstanding guest service. So next, we'll be talking about, since guest service tayo, no? We'll be talking about now meeting guest expectations through planning. Part 1, strategies in positioning, products, and services. So basically, this module naman focuses on how you achieve or how you meet guest expectations and how you even try to go beyond guest expectations with the use of planning. And part 1 is the strategies in positioning products and services. So ano po ba ang ano nga bang ibig sabihin ng positioning products and services, no? The meaning of this is you try to align or you try to analyze your guest, diba? Sa guestology nga, you're studying the behaviors, needs, and wants and expectations of your guests. And then i-apply mo yun doon sa iyong sistema or sa iyong business, no? Ganun din yun yung positioning products and services. You are trying to align your products and services doon sa needs and wants ng ating mga guests. And how will we achieve it? Basically by these 3 generic strategies. So the first one being is competitive pricing. This is one of the first few things I taught my BA students back then, kasi na-meet ko yung mga yung mga third year BSBA students natin last sem nung sila ay second sem. At ito yung isa sa mga naturo ko sa kanila as a guest panelist sa kanilang event. Competitive pricing. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, no, when we say competitive pricing, it doesn't mean na dapat mababa ang presyo mo. Let's say for example, meron kayong kaibigan na nagre-recommend ng isang burger joint or ng burger restaurant. Dalawa ang burger restaurant na gusto niyang ipatikim sa'yo. Pero ayaw niyang sabihin kung ano ang quality ng dalawang to. Kung ano yung pinagkaiba or what's the difference of the quality of the burgers. The first restaurant offers a very pricey burger na, let's say for example, the price is 300, 250 per burger, 250 to 300 pesos per burger. Let's say for example. And then yung isang burger joint naman na ni-recommend niya, prices their burgers at 50, 65, 70 pesos. Pinakamura na ang 30 pesos. Pinakamurang burger na nila yun. Ano ngayon ang papasok sa isip mo? Both offers the same product. Parehas ang product na ino-offer nila. Pero with the factor of pricing, ano ngayon ang magiging isip mo? Siyempre, iisipin mo na mas maganda ang quality ng burger nung mas mahal kaysa sa quality ng burger nung mas mura. Kaya yun yung isa sa mga bagay na gusto ko sabihin dito. When we say competitive pricing, you are trying your best to have the lowest possible price, pero dapat nasa competitive range pa rin siya. If your price is too low and it's beyond low doon sa competitive range, magkakaroon ng misconception sa mga minds ng ating market na baka mamaya kaya mababa yung presyo niyan kasi low quality. Low quality raw materials, low quality of execution, low quality of transforming that raw material into a product. Kaya, ladies and gentlemen, you have to see what is the competitive price range for your specific product. Ano nga ba yung papaano pinipresyohan ng competition yung product na ito? And how will you, and of course, no, you still have that goal in mind na mapababa yung presyo ng iyong produkto para mas appealing siya sa iyong mga customers or sa iyong mga guests. Pero you should always have that competitive price range in mind. Not too low, not too high, just the right amount. Next, aside from competitive pricing, another strategy or another way wherein we can plan our product and service is product differentiation or making your product unique. This is also one of the most important factors to consider when planning your product and service. Kailangan unique ang iyong product or something that it will make it into the minds of our market or make it into the minds of our guest na tatatak siya na sasabihin niya na okay, this is unique, this is interesting, we have to try this, parang ganun. Product differentiation can come into many forms, like say for example, Ice Hotel in Sweden offers accommodation and service just like every other hotel, but the guest will experience a unique accommodation because everything in the hotel is made of ice, from bed, chairs, tables, chandelier, and more. So that is a very unique and very different product. I mean, it offers in it falls into the category of accommodations or hotel stays, but it is still a little bit different because it offers a unique experience. So yun yung parang pinaka-unique sa kanya. Another thing is ito, is mga pinaka-nami-miss natin, ang Only Rice. Sa mga Only Rice restaurants, specifically Mang Inasal, nakaka-miss siya kasi you believe it or not, no, Mang Inasal made its way or branded its 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 product dahil doon sa kanyang Only Rice. Kung mapapansin nyo, the rise of Only Rice or unlimited food products offered came from Mang Inasal. Sila ang nag-pioneer na, okay, ang Only Rice pala, ang rice pala, pwedeng maging unli. Pwedeng maging unlimited na kuha ka lang ng kuha ng kanin. So, doon pa lang sa idea na yon na brand na yung Mang Inasal na something that or a food establishment wherein you will eat there and you will come out very very filled out or very very full dahil sa Only Rice. So yun, they offered they created something unique in their establishment. Hindi dun sa product pero dun sa experience or amenities nga through the use of promos and the other kinds of adaptation sa market natin. And ito, isa sa mga sinasabi ko nga kanina, no? Brand image. Aside from offering a unique experience, aside from offering a unique special amenity or something na um, also sort of like unique experience, yes. It is you also create animosity, or you also become unique with your brand image. And with your brand image, maraming paraan para makapag-create ka ng brand image mo. You can create a brand image with the use of social media marketing. You can create a brand image with your products, of course, with your quality service, with your motto, your principle. Basically, packaging as well. You can create a brand image with your packaging. So, it is very important. Actually, ako napapansin ko ngayon, ha, sa mga rising food establishments ngayon, isa sa key factors na nakikita ko is yung packaging nila. Packaging creates a huge brand image impression sa mga guests. Pag nakita nila na yung packaging mo is something na unique, yung hindi lang microwavable, hindi lang dekarton, meron kayong design mismo sa packaging ng inyong mga produkto. It's something else eh. Di ba nga, believe it or not, di ba? Ang BTS meal, kung titingnan naman talaga siya na mabuti, packaging ang kanyang, ang binibili mo sa kanya is packaging. And that's how important packaging is sa isang business, sa isang business. That is how important, lalo na sa ating industry, sa ating food and beverage industry or hospitality and tourism industry. How we present our products to our guests. Next is finding a niche or niche market. Sir, ano nga ba ang niche market? When we say niche market, it is a subset of the market on which a specific product is focused. Ang burgers natin, we have a huge variety of market. Burgers, pwede siyang tangkilikin ng millennials, pwede tangkilikin ng baby boomers, pwede tangkilikin ng Generation Z or ng latest generation natin. They can be in the form of cheeseburger lovers or regular burger lovers. Pwedeng may barbecue burger lovers. Pero the term burger itself, it is a huge selection. Maraming pwede na varieties. Pero, when we say vegan burgers, for example, diba? Vegan burgers is only offered for those who are trying to go vegan. Vegan burgers is only for those who would like to experience vegan food and would also like to stay in that vegan diet. And that is very specific, diba? That is very focused. If you will, if you will see though, um, they have a they have a special need. They have a special demand. They have a unique and very focused demand yung niche market. Uh, let's say for example, Jollibee. Ayan, sige. Nakalagay dito, diba? Example, si Jollibee. Si Jollibee, ang kanyang market po talaga is yung mga low cost, diba? Low cost naman talaga ang gusto niyang ipakita na brand image niya. So ang market niche niya is yung mga willing magbayad ng special. Ay willing magbayad ng mababa. And that is the special demand of that market. Yung market ng Jollibee natin, ang special demand niya is mababa ang presyo. And in that way, nakapag-create sila ng market niche. Yan. Aside from dun sa mga vegan examples na niche market din. Sometimes or oftentimes than not, niche market is very small or small groups lang sila. small small focus group. Like say for example, yung um, market ng iba't ibang cuisine. Ayan, niche market din yung tinatawag nila dyan. May specific demands, no? May specific needs. Ayan, nakalagay. Um, these these two combined strategies, pwede ka mag-combine from, ayan, finding a niche into product differentiation. So, one example nga of this, product differentiation. Kung mapapansin nyo, meron ngayong growing na na food processing brand. Kung manala yung pangalan niya, pero they mass produce frozen vegan products. May mga vegan lumpia, may vegan burgers, may vegan meats na binibenta, uh, vegan nuggets, apa nga meron. So, yun yung parang pinaka-unique na product nila. And they are also a niche market or very focused lang yung kanilang pangangay. Yung very focused lang or very special demand yung meron dun sa market na yun. So you can combine strategies in order to provide a superior service quality and value. So at the end of the day, itong mga strategies na ito para makapag-come up kayo para makapag-produce kayo ng magandang product or service or magandang quality ng inyong service in order to meet guest expectations, you can combine these strategies. So yun, yung pag-aaralan natin for this module. Now we'll go with the last module in mind here, which is also meeting guest expectations through planning, pero this time is the hospitality planning cycle. Or yung, kumbaga, kung doon sa previous natin pinag-usapan, strategies iyon, na pwede rin yung i-combine in a mix match. Ito naman is a cycle. It is a step-by-step process. And usually, ginagawa ito hindi lang naman din sa mga hotels natin, no? Pati rin naman sa mga restaurant and tourism businesses natin. So ito, yung parang pinaka-diagram ng planning process for the hospitality industry. And madali lang naman siyang intindihan. So we'll try to just course through para mabilis na lang din tayo. Hospitality planning process, the first everything po talaga na kailangan natin gawin if you are trying to plan, ladies and gentlemen, pag kayo ay darating na sa third year ninyo, second semester, you will have strategic planning with total quality management. And if you will, if of course, I'm sure you will go there eventually, third year, second semester, mapapansin nyo, ito lang din yun. Ito talaga ang pinakasimula ng lahat ng planning process. You have to assess everything around you. Not just everything around you or environmental assessment looking around, you also have to assess yourselves as the company or internal assessment or looking within the internal audit. Ayan. So first, assessment tayo dun sa ating environment or dun sa ating external environment. And sa external environment natin, may mga factors tayo to consider like the economics, the new entrants or our competitions, and the operating environment or yung parang pinaka-industry natin. Ito yung mga kailangan ninyong i-consider or kailangan ninyong i-assess before you try to plan for your service design. And aside from the economy, aside from your competition or competitors, and aside from the industry itself where you are operating, you also have to take into considerations the demographics of your market, social expectations, economic forces, and so on and so forth. Ladies and gentlemen, in short, ang kailangan ninyong i-assess muna is yung mga bagay na hindi nyo kayang kontrolin. outside of your control, external factors. Next, you also have to assess everything that you can control as the organization. And ano yung mga kaya niyong i-control as your organization? It is your strengths and your weakness. So you have to know yourself first. 'Di ba parang ganun din naman tayo sa pagmamahal ng ating mga jowa, 'di ba? Mga inyong mga partners or relations. You have to know yourself first in order for you to better show or express what you really want to say, 'di ba? Or to better love another human being. You have to know yourself first. And same thing goes with trying to be the best or trying to exceed guest expectations. You have to know yourself first. Ano nga ba yung inyong mga core competencies? Ano ang mga skills ninyo? Ano yung kaya ninyo as the organization? Ano yung mga capabilities ninyo? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your goals? Vision and mission statement. Next, of course, kung meron na kayo assessment kung sino nga ba talaga kayo at ano nga ba talaga kayo as a company, meron na kayo ngayong mga nakikita na okay, siguro with this external factor or with this economic opportunity and with the use of our strength, we can plan something and we can develop the service strategy. So once the external and internal assessment factors have been examined, considering the corporate vision and mission, the hospitality organization is ready to define its service strategy. Dahil nga kayo ay naglista na ng inyong mga external at internal factors, ano yung mga opportunities and threats sa labas, ano yung inyong mga strengths and weakness, and combining those factors with your vision and mission statement, kaya mo na ngayon mag-produce or mag-develop ng isang magandang service strategy. And after developing the service strategy, pupunta kayo ngayon sa action plan or sa mismong execution na ng inyong service strategy na nagawa. And that is basically it actually for this module. Napag-usapan natin everything that we have to take into consideration the guests every time. Ano nga ba yung mga gusto ng ating guests? How can we make them feel that they are special? Yon ang Guestology. And we can achieve that first by combining different strategies in order to deliver quality service. So we can mix and match strategies na competitive pricing or mababa ang presyo or tama lang ang presyo, pero it is still a unique experience, it is still a unique product or meron something nakakaiba, something that will make it interesting or stand out among other competitors. And then your niche market or yung kung gaano ka special or if there is a special demand that is waiting for you. With these strategies, you can mix and match kung ano yung inyong priority. And then we have here the cycle or the planning cycle of the hospitality industry. Kung paano tayo nagsisimula magplano. And we started by assessing our external factors or our opportunities and threats. Basically, yung economy, yung competition, and yung industry na pinasok nyo. And then you also try to assess internal factors or yung mga factors na kaya ninyong kontrolin, like your weaknesses and your strengths, and also with your vision and mission statement. And with that in mind, you have to by identifying your external and internal factors, applying it with your vision and mission statement, you can then now create or develop a service strategy and then action plan execution of the strategy. That's it for this video discussion. I hope na meron kayo natutunan. If you have some questions, just feel free to ask me. Thank you so much. Stay safe, everyone, and God bless you. Bye bye.